So clay barring is something that my dad just brought up to me because he wants to do it to his car, and he thought I might as well do it to my car since in the near 20 years that we've owned this car, it's never been clay barred before. So it'd probably be a good idea, and obviously I need to wash this car off first. And it would be my first time doing this myself, so we'll see how that goes. First, I gotta move this car and put my car in this spot. All right, so I got the car in position, and I have this clay bar from Meguiar's and the soapy water in this little bottle I have. Basically, the most important part about doing this is keeping the surface lubricated and wet with whatever you use. In this case, I have the soapy water, and you wanna just kinda, you know, rub the clay in. So we'll see how this goes. So from what I read online, you kind of just take your clay and make it like this flat surface. And then you want to keep your surface lubricated, which is obviously the car. I'm going to start on the hood just because that's the biggest part. The clay is just supposed to glide throughout this process. Really no pressure needed at all. In terms of the cost-efficient lubricant you should be using, I'll get to that in a few seconds. So you can already see my clay bar is already dirty. Like I said, this car has never ever been clay barred before, at least to my knowledge. So yeah, this is about like 20 years of buildup of just small, tiny particles. Something important I read online is you don't want to do circular motions. You want to just go like back and forth with like vertical or horizontal. As long as you're going straight, you don't want to go circular, because if something does mess up, it will appear more in your paint than if you didn't clean it. So back to the lube. The soap and water mixture I have here is made up of water, obviously, and also this car wash soap. I read online that people use dish soap and stuff like that, which is probably not good and will hurt your paint over time, which is the exact opposite of what you want. So just do your research and keep the mindset that car soap is for the car and dish soap is for the dishes. And if you do all that, you're going to save a few bucks on the real clay lubricant, which, as you see on screen, are pretty pricey for what they are, even if they are full kits. But yeah, the process itself is super easy. As long as you find a good day to do this and the time to hit the whole car, you'll get some good results. And these are mine. So it is about to rain. I feel like it rains every time I do something to my car. It happened when I plaster dipped stuff and I just had to like cover it. Thankfully it stayed, but this is the end of the clay bar and the wax. It doesn't look much different on camera. I'm sure you can't really tell the difference, and also the fact that it's such an old car that's never like had much paint maintenance. It looks the same, but it definitely is smoother to the touch. Like, it for sure is like silkier and just smoother all over. This was my first time, and I'm not a detailer by any means, but I'm pretty happy with the job that I did here on my car. So yeah, if I do this to this car again in the future, who knows, maybe it might turn out better, but we'll see.